I'm a big fan of musician characters. As an amateur musician, I relate a lot to their drive to be creative and inspiring and the struggles they face. And of course, they can often be a source for heaps of quality music if they feature prominently in the show. If we get a lot of music from a musician character, it's important to me that their music actually be pretty high quality because I like to see characters being competent at their things. And the story telling us they're good at music just isn't the same as it showing us that. That being said, I was pretty disappointed with our initial introduction to Pipp Petals growing up, but basically all her music since then has impressed me immensely. Before I dive into analyzing Pipp's music, full disclaimer, I am decently well versed in musical theory and history, but my knowledge of modern genres, techniques, and terminology, especially when it comes to pop or electronic music, is very limited. So I won't be using a lot of technical terminology today. I'm basically just describing what I hear and why I like it. This is all just my opinion, of course, not official fact or truth from some musical sensei. You are free to disagree with me and I will think no less of you. So, Glowin' Up was basically the kind of pop music that makes me change the channel on the radio. It was a song whose lyrics were about nothing, whose instrumentals didn't make me groove, whose vocals were so flat that I don't even know if Sophia Carson is a good singer or not. The song demanded no emotion from her, no variation of inflection. It covered her voice in electronic effects. Given the context of the song, I can excuse the lyrics for being hollow and generic. They reflect Pipp's own hypocrisy as a pony who pretends to inspire others while living a lie. But the blandness of the music itself, I cannot excuse. The chorus is tuneless, the backing neither bounces nor slaps, the whole thing feels artificial and lifeless. Compare that to Coloratura's equivalent song, The Spectacle. Yes, the effects were piled on here to the point of it sounding artificial, that's the point. But it's an unironically good pop song regardless. The instrumentals go hard, and the effects over her voice add to the musical experience. I wouldn't change the channel if I heard this on the radio. The problem here is the egotistical lyrics, not the lack of skill as a musician. So let's discuss what's different about post-movie Pipp. First, there's obviously AJ Bridle. In my opinion, she's the best singer on the G5 crew. She has a very clear voice, particularly in the soprano range, and she flaunts it in basically every song she's in. When I hear her, I can tell this is a character who loves singing. An obvious example is her vocal flourishes in Let Out Your Light, but I actually want to point towards a different case, Where to Go. Where to Go is a song about nothing. Pipp stole the lantern so Zip could pretend to play detective, and then wrote a song about that. Not even a song that played during Zip's investigation, but one that they thoughtlessly tacked on to the end of the episode as Pipp showed it on her phone. So why does it go so hard? Why does AJ Bridle instill so much energy and emotion into a song about nothing? Why does that guitar slap? This sounds like it could be the opening to an anime, which brings me to another point. For a pony who has acknowledged that she knows her brand and keeps doing the same thing but better, Pipp has a surprisingly wide range of musical styles. We have the anime-esque Where to Go, the pony hip-hop, Monster Party bringing the Michael Jackson Thriller vibes, two beautiful duets with her sister, one in which she sang the harmonies in contrast to her typical role, as well as her more typical pop songs like It's Gonna Be Okay or With Each Other. But the unifying principles behind all of those songs are AJ Bridle's talented vocals and a strong sense of musicality. They have memorable melodies and solid instrumentals that do whatever they're supposed to do in that particular song. Tug at my heartstrings in Portrait Day, make me bob my head in Where to Go, or just make me feel good and fresh. Now, I already acknowledged that at least one of Pipp's songs is about nothing, and that's a common criticism of her music. But even if that were true of all her songs, I still wouldn't be changing the channel if she came on the radio, because it's good music. But that's not the case anyway. A lot of Pipp's songs actually have meaning. In particular, I'd like to highlight Let Out Your Light and Fresh, two songs which have basically the same meaning. They both dig at the very core of Pipp's character. She uses both her music and her salon to inspire ponies and make them feel good about themselves. As I said before, I love musician characters, but to see the music become an extension of the character like this is so much bonus points. She lives her music, or she musics her life. Point is, on and off stage, she's the same pony, and we see her personality come through her music, and her music come through in her day-to-day life. That's one reason why I like her gimmick of singing her lines so much. Another criticism that's been leveled against G5's music is that the songs are too short, and that is true, especially around chapter 2. But it's balanced out by G5's consistent habit of releasing soundtrack versions of every song, which is something we never got in G4. Usually they're pretty prompt about it too, although Every New Day is a notable exception. Looking through the entire list of songs where Pipp is the main singer, or at least it's a duet rather than an ensemble song, I like all of them to varying degrees. Pipp's music post-movie has been a long success story for me, robbed only by G5's shoestring budget forcing cuts like getting rid of the foreshadowed festival song in Chapter 1 or giving us a 37-second remix in Chapter 2. AJ Bridle is my favorite singer in all of G5. The instrumentals go hard, the style of songs has been pretty varied, and the lyrics get at who Pipp is as a character. All I can ask for is more. Pipp, Pipp, hooray! Peace out.